everyone. Good afternoon, Wolfpack. Welcome back. Today's lesson is 7.1 and 2, interior and exterior angles, as well as isosceles and equilateral triangles. By the end of today's lesson, I hope that you are able to find the measures of interior and exterior angles. Let's get started. First up, an interior angle is an angle formed by two sides of a polygon with a common vertex. Interior is the word inside. It's inside the triangle. So a triangle has three interior angles. Okay, think about the word triangle, triangle. Okay, it has three interior angles. An exterior angle is an angle formed by one side of a polygon and the extension of an adjacent side. That word exterior means outside. It's literally an angle outside of the triangle. And the extension of something. The word extension means to make longer. Okay? An exterior angle forms, or exterior angles form linear pairs with the interior angles. So here's an example of an exterior angle, and you can see that this side, sorry about that, was extended. And so an exterior angle was formed with the outside of the triangle. Okay? A remote interior angle is not adjacent. What does that word adjacent mean? Adjacent means it's touching or next to. Okay? So these are the remote interior angles because you can see they are not touching this exterior angle. They're remote. The word remote means far away. Like if you think, like, go get me the remote control. I'm able to use it from far away. Or if you live on a remote island, it's far away. These remote interior angles are away from the exterior angle. They're not touching the exterior angle. The exterior angle theorem says that the measure of an exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the measures of its remote interior angles. I apologize, the board is a little bit off. Okay? So, for an example, let's think through why this is true. Okay? The exterior, how many degrees are in a triangle altogether? Well, we know it's 180 degrees, okay? All three angles. The exterior angle forms a linear pair, like we just said, with this interior angle, okay? A linear pair is also 180 degrees, okay? So let's pretend this exterior angle is 150 degrees. How much does this interior angle have to be? Well, 180 minus 150 is 30. That means that interior angle has to be 30. Well, if all three of the angles together are 180, and I know that this one is 30, that means these two together have to be 150 as well. So 150 and 150. Okay? Example 1, let's find x. So the exterior angle is 3x plus 16. And we know from the theorem that we just read that it's equal to the sum of the two remote interior angles. So we're going to add 52 and x together. So it's equal to the sum of 52 plus 2x. Let's combine like terms. So now we have x on this side equals 52 minus 16 is 36. Okay? So x equals 36. I subtract the 2x from both sides and subtract the 16 from both sides as well. Because this exterior angle is equal to the sum of these two angles. I was able to set them up as an equation equal to each other. The triangle sum theorem says that the sum of interior measures, the sum of the interior angle measures of a triangle is 180 degrees. That should be extremely common information. You know that. Measure of angle A plus measure of angle B plus measure of angle C equals 180 degrees. Okay? The interior angle sum theorem says the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a convex polygon with n sides, that means with whatever number of sides, is n minus 2, so the number of sides minus 2 times 180. Because honestly, guys, we're not always dealing with triangles. We're going to deal with quadrilaterals and pentagons, and so we need to be able to find out how many degrees each angle is, no matter how many sides. So you take the number of sides and subtract 2, then multiply it by 180. Let's try that with a triangle. A triangle has 3 sides, so 3 minus 2 times 180. Well, obviously 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 times 180. 1 times 180 is 180 degrees. Is that how many degrees are in a triangle? Yes. We know it to be true. So I just showed you it using a triangle as an example. However, the exterior angle sum theorem says the sum of the measures of the exterior angles of a convex polygon is 360. So if it's a convex polygon, no matter how many sides it is, all of its exterior angles are going to add up to 360. Its interior angles change depending on the number of sides. Okay? Number of sides minus 2 times 180. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. I'll do example 2 with you. We'll do letter B in class. Find the sum of the interior angles for each polygon. Draw the diagonals from any one vertex for each polygon. So this shape has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. So n minus 2 times 180. 4 minus 2 times 180. 2 times 180. 360 degrees. So all of the angles inside add up to 360 degrees. And you can see they drew a diagonal from, they started at this vertex and they went to this one. Okay? They can't draw any more diagonals because a diagonal is from a vertex to a vertex that's across from it. If I said, well, technically, if I start here, I can go to this vertex. No, you just copied the line down. Okay? This shape, from that vertex, I only have one diagonal. Okay? Now, when I drew the diagonal, I divided it up into 2 triangles. Well, this triangle is 180 degrees, and this triangle is 180 degrees. What's 180 plus 180? Voila, 360. Okay? Try to do 2B on your own, but we will do that one in class. Let's do example 3A. Find the unknown angle measures. Okay? So first of all, we have to know how many degrees it's going to be inside. Well, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. N minus 2 times 180. 5 minus 2 times 180. 3 times 180. 540 degrees. 540 degrees. Okay? So let's subtract what we know. We know that this is 90, this is 90, and this is 128. Well, when you add all of that together, you'll get 308. Subtract that from 540, and you have 232 degrees. Well, I have to divide 232 degrees by 2 angles. If you notice, these are the same variable, which means that they are equal to each other. So divide 232 in half, x is 116 degrees. Okay? I was only able to divide those in half because they were both marked with an x. If they weren't both marked with an x, I could not say for sure they were equal. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, we'll do example 3B in class unless you want to try it on your own. An isosceles triangle. An isosceles triangle has 2 equal sides. These 2 equal sides are called the legs. Okay, the equal sides are called the legs. The side that's not equal is called the base. And then we have right here the angles on the base are called the base angles. That makes sense. And then the angles that are not touching the base, or I should say the angle that is not touching the base, I should not have marked that, but it's kind of like circle it for you. This is called Sorry guys, the computer's just being wacky today. I'm going to mark this one as a 2. That's called the vertex angle. Okay? It's the angle that's not touching the base. And I'm sure you're comfortable and familiar with isosceles triangles. They have 2 equal sides. Okay? Isosceles triangle theorem says that if 2 sides of a triangle are congruent, then the angles opposite those sides are also congruent. So side BA is congruent to side BC, which means the angle across from side BA, which is angle C, is congruent to the angle across from AC, which is angle B. Okay? And the converse of that is true, which means almost means like the opposite. If 2 angles of a triangle are congruent, then the sides opposite those angles. So the side opposite angle B is AC. The side opposite angle C is AB. So those 2 sides are congruent because their 2 angles are congruent. And lastly, if a triangle is equilateral, it is also equiangular, which means it has equal angles. So if all the sides are congruent, then all of the angles are congruent as well. There are 180 degrees inside of a triangle. If they're all the same, they all have to be 60 degrees. 180 divided by 3 is 60 degrees. Okay? Let's do one problem and then we will be done. Okay, find x. I know that this is an isosceles triangle. Since this angle is 46 degrees, this angle also has to be 46 degrees. Okay? All the measurements in a triangle add up to 180. So 180 minus 46 plus 46, which is 92, okay, is x. And so 180 minus 92 is 88 degrees. So x equals 88 degrees. If you can attempt to do problems B and then example 5 on your own, go ahead. I know this video is a little bit longer than normal, but we had a lot of vocabulary. Please make sure you have this done, and I will see you next class. Have a great day.